Tones only. Tones only.
Oh my God, this episode. What's up, y'all? It's DM. And this is the Tones Only podcast. And I know y'all probably saw the title of this podcast already. And I think it's rather funny. But here we are. And I'm glad y'all are tuned in to the podcast. I am a lead podcaster, DM. So the last podcast we had my homeboy Roger, and I hope you enjoyed it. And this is episode 4, and we're just rolling. And the name of this podcast is I Think I Want to Be a Stripper. And it's funny, don't get all crazy and be like, oh God, he lost his mind. No, I haven't lost my mind. I think that we all need to strip a little bit more. Because in the beginning we were
Naked.
What happened to us being
Naked.
So I got a question.
Can we be naked without getting naked?
What about this?
If I take it off, will you take it off with me? Can we be naked without getting naked? If I take it off, will you take it off with me? Can we be naked without getting naked?
I'll say, so that's my plan on this podcast, is to really kind of strip a lot of things. God helped me the other day. In the beginning we all were naked, and it just was, God made us that way. Like we were made with no burdens. We weren't carrying anything, weren't covering ourselves, weren't trying to put on for anything. We were just naked, and this is the way that he made us. And for some kind of reason, we figured out that we were naked and that was a problem. And he asked us, who told you were
naked?
And I'm trying to figure out who is it that told us that something was wrong with us being
naked.
And the other day I'm just sitting there and I really had a breakthrough moment because sometimes in life you can be carrying things and dealing with things and trying to live up to things and you don't even know you're doing it. You're just functional. Sometimes sometimes we can be functional with stress. Sometimes we can be functional with burdens. Sometimes we could be functional with these ideas of what needs to be done or how we need to do things. And you can carry them so long because you thought that was the way it's supposed to be. You thought that that's how life goes. And it's not until you have people have different moments. Sometimes it's a near-death moment. Sometimes it's just a tragedy moment. Sometimes it's just a quiet moment. Sometimes it's in a good time. For me, it was a quiet moment. And I feel like God started talking to me. And he was like, yo, like, I liked you better when you were
naked.
I liked you better that way. I don't really like all the clothes and everything you put on, all the stuff you're carrying and all the stuff you're trying to dress like, all the things in life you're trying to put on to prove me something. I just like you better when you
naked.
So he was like,
can we be naked?
And I really started reassessing myself and seeing how much I was carrying, what kind of mission I was on, trying to help all these people, trying to do all these different things. I was holding people. I was worried about people. I was upset about former relationships. I was upset about what was going to happen in the future. And I would talk about these things, but I didn't realize that I was carrying this stuff, right? And then he says, listen, he said, it's okay to put it down. And it broke me, man. Like I started crying in the car because it's like okay to put down all these things you've been carrying. He said, listen, He said, I never meant for you to carry all of that. He said, what I wanted you to carry was easy and it was light, and it still is. But somewhere along the line, you heard something, you heard somebody saying something, and you just got caught up into the motion of things, trying to prove something to me when I liked you when you were.
Naked.
He just likes it like that. So
Can we be naked?
that's what I'm asking you today. Like, and so, it's funny that the title is I Want to Be a Stripper, but, not in no derogatory manner, nothing like that, but just being able to strip ourselves from all these stresses and all these like to use the word mandates and all these things that we put on ourselves when it should be way easier than what it is. And so for me, I started breaking down and I started thinking, man, like, if you really think about it, getting was everything that Jesus was telling us about when he started saying, like, leave your houses and your mothers and your fathers and your lands and your wives and your children. He's trying to get you.
Naked.
He's trying to break you down. I mean, even when he says in Matthew 6 is dope, he said, take no thought what you're gonna eat, what you're gonna drink, what you're gonna put on. That sounds like he asking us.
Can we be naked?
It sounds like that to me. It sounds like it's a stripping everything off, deny yourself, all these different things. And we see these things and we hear them and we get all spiritual and all deep and all holy and whatever with it, when it's actually very practical. And the question is, you thought something was wrong with it, but who told you were
naked?
You ever thought about that? That's the first thing you ask them after they eat from the tree and then they go hide themselves. And they try to cover themselves and then go hide themselves. The first thing you ask is, who told y'all were
naked?
Like, who told you something was wrong with that? And so what we do is we have all these burdens and we have, and I hear him say, come unto me, all you labor and heavy laden, and I give you rest. Like, we have all these burdens. He's telling you put this stuff down. Because you have all these burdens and all these things. And it's not that you shouldn't be doing the work that you do. It's not that you shouldn't be in the lane that you're in, but the way that you're in that lane is a problem. It's not that you're in the lane, but it's the way that you're in the lane. It's the way that you're thinking while you're in the lane. You think it's laborious, you think it's labor and it's working hard and everything like that. And I'm not negating hard work, but hard work won't be hard work if you're thinking about it the proper way. So we're carrying all of these things. And we just, and then I'll just speak for myself to not even be in teacher mode or whatever. I'll just speak for myself. I just was carrying so much stuff. I've been carrying things for you. I've been carrying people. And I'm not talking about carrying people like I've been making them what they are, but it's just I've been carrying the responsibility of people being something. And I can't be responsible for somebody being something. They got to be responsible for themselves. And I've been counseling for years and carrying people's burden, let people drop their things on me, being concerned about things that other people aren't concerned about it with their own lives, but I'm concerned about it with their lives, having these conversations. I'm having these fake conversations, all these different things. I'm on a mission to save the world and all this different stuff. And it should be easier than that. So I decided to just get
naked.
I just decided to, I don't want to do, I want to wear these clothes no more. I mean, I even think about, all the stories about David. David was about to go kill Goliath, one of the greatest things that ever happened in the history of Israel. And Saul wants to give him his armor. David said, no, I got to go out there.
Naked.
Well, he didn't really say he had to go out there naked, but he did say I had to go out there the way I always go. And so,
if I take it off, will you take it off with me?
That's a question I got for y'all because I'm just taking it off. I'm taking all these things off that have burdened me and weighed me down, and have got me to a place where I can't really see who I truly am. That's the truth of the matter. We've got all these ideas and all these things we've taken from everybody else, and we haven't breaking ourselves down to be
naked.
So I got a question.
If I take it off, will you take it off with me?
And the next one is,
can we be naked without getting naked?
Now don't be crazy. I'm not talking about nude beaches. I'm not really talking about getting like, let's get naked. But like, you catch the idea of what I'm saying. To drop all of these things, I've in the last couple of days, and I had to do this, I've been wanting to do this podcast for 2 days, and I just couldn't get it together because I was working on some things, and you know what I'm saying? I want to get my new little, I ain't even get like that. You know what I'm saying, right? But it's been on my mind and on my heart to just like God freed me, man. Like, and I'm not even like on no. I'm trying to say it's not even on no like deep stuff. He was like, it's okay to put all that stuff down. Cause, and then I hear this.
It can be so easy. Why can't we drop what we hold on to?
It could be so easy, but why can't we drop what we hold on to? A lot of things we hold on to and carrying, God never asked us to carry it.
It can be so easy. Why can't we drop what we hold on to?
So I just decided, I just want to get naked. I just decided to be a stripper. I'm about to strip. I'm stripping of all these things. And anytime anything gets too heavy on me, I'm stripping again. It's going to be a straight strip action because I'm not going to carry all of these things anymore, because what I'm doing is covering up the true version of who I am. And what I believe people need from me is the true version of me. And that's just what it is. And so I think you are the same way. All of these things that these ideas, I think all of our depressions and our worries and our fears and our concerns and our misjudgment of characters and our lost identities, our confusion of identities come from the fact of the lack of being. And we don't take everything off of us. We take all these ideas that everybody puts on us and we're wearing all these things. And I think it's just time up for it. This podcast doesn't even have to be super duper long. I'm getting straight to the point. I think it's time for us to strip it all off. And the thing about it is, nobody's going to get you because that'll be rape. That'll be me taking it from you. That'll be me violating you. I'm not going to take it. God is not going to take it. He's not going to make you get it. He's not going to do it because he's not going to violate you that way. The only way it's going to happen is if you decide to get it. It's your choice to decide to take it off yourself.
If I take it off, will you take it off with me?
It's just the way that it goes. And so here we are at this place where we need to do some life evaluation and find out some of these things that we're carrying, and we don't know why we're carrying them. I remember an episode I did on Red 30, shout out to Red 30, but I was like, you're dealing with trauma, we're dealing with depression, you're making deals with it. We're carrying things that may have been real things that have happened to us and real things that are real issues, but we're carrying them and we're wearing them and we're letting ourselves be identified by these things when all it takes is for us to get
naked. Can we be naked?
Truth of the matter is when you were born, that's how you came into the world.
Naked.
Even what you're wearing right now, under those clothes, you are
naked.
That's just the way it is. And once again, this is what he told me. He said, I liked you better when you were
naked.
And so now he's telling me to be open and be vulnerable and be the rawest form of me in front of him. That's what he's looking for. And I think not only is he looking for it, I think that the whole creation, there's a statement that says the whole creation is waiting for us to manifest who we really are. But we can't see who we really are because we got so much clothes on. We got so many things, so much stuff on our face, so much makeup on, so much clothes, so many different things that we're doing. In our days, we're wearing these titles and we're running around trying to do the spiritual acrobats and the spiritual Olympics, and we're doing all these different things, and we're trying to get this career, get this thing, because we think that clothing ourselves and putting more badges on us is what makes us better, when in actuality, all the power is when we're naked. So I got a question.
Can we be naked?
I'm going to keep asking.
Can we be naked?
Until you answer if we can.
Can we be naked? It can be so easy. Why can't we drop what we hold on to?
It just became a breath of fresh air for me, because I just realized we're carrying so much stuff. And so I want to say to you today, just as me, that's why I came to talk to you today on this podcast. We're about 15 minutes in and it's about to be over. To let yourself be free. Bring every thought to the obedience of Christ. And let yourself be free. We're carrying a lot of things that we were never told to carry in the first place. because it was maybe passed down or we learned it some kind of way, or whatever it is, right? But I'm giving you permission to be free today. I'm giving you permission to be
naked.
And because I'm
naked.
And it's just the way it's gonna be. And I don't care how anybody feels about it, because nobody has to carry, when you're stressed, nobody can carry that stress for you. And what it does to you and your body, nobody else will have to experience it. I've personally dealt with stress like that, and I'm not doing it anymore. And I thought I was a lot of free from it, but then the other day he's really freeing me. So I know some of the things he's gonna do, but I'm committing to be
naked.
So
can we be naked without getting naked?
So I just I don't know, we just need to think about it, man. Let me do a little mix for you before we finish off right here.
Can we be naked without getting naked?
Throw some things on here real quick. Hold on. Let me start this joint over right quick. You ready? Ready? Here we go. We're gonna start it. I'm gonna start it over. The console already. Watch it. Watch it. Yep. Here we go.
If I take it off, will you take it off with me? Can we be naked? If I take it off, will you take it off with me? Can we be naked without getting naked?
And it goes like to watch this.
If I take it off, will you take it off with me? Can we be naked without getting naked?
Then ask, who told you you were?
Naked, naked, naked. It can be so easy. Why can't we drop what we hold on to?
I'm doing it again, look.
It can be so easy. Why can't we drop what we hold on to? If I take it off, will you take it off with me? It can be so easy. Why can't we drop what we hold on to? Naked. Can we be naked?
You want me to keep going? I'll do it again. I'll do it again. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Can we be naked?
Wasn't planning on doing this.
If I take it off, will you take it off with me? It can be so easy. Why can't we drop what we hold on to? It can be so easy. Why can't we drop what we naked? Naked. If I take it off, will you take it off with me? Can we be naked without getting naked? Naked. If I take it off, will you take it off with me? Can we be naked without getting naked? It can be so easy. Why can't we drop what we hold on to? Can we be naked? It can be so easy. Why can't we drop what we hold on to? Can we be naked? If I take it off, will you take it off?
It's time to take it off, y'all. Let's just chill. Let's just chill. Let's get over all this mess that we're carrying. We're gonna take all that off.
If I take it off, will you take it off with me? Can we be naked without getting naked?
It's freedom time, y'all. And I'm loving it. This your man DM, and this is the Tones Only Podcast. Let me stop this for a minute so I can hit my little
Tones Only.
So y'all hit me up, man. Y'all tell somebody about the podcast. Tones Only. I'm gonna try to, since we're being raw like this, we just gotta be more raw. I'm gonna get some more guests on here, and my next podcast I already got it lined up. It's gonna be pretty cool. But it's just time to be free, y'all, and time to be free of all the mess that we're holding on to, all the people that we're holding on to, all the things we're holding on to, all the stress, all the stuff that we're chasing after. Let's move from a need consciousness to an already got it consciousness and live from there. And then whatever we do need in another time, it'll be added to us. And everything else, we just take it off.
If I take it off, will you take it off with me? It can be so easy. Why can't we drop what we hold on to? Naked. 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 If I take it off, will you take it off with me? Can we be naked without getting naked? If I take it off, will you take it off with me? Naked.
One more time. Listen.
It can be so easy. Why can't we drop what we hold on to?
All right, y'all. Tones Only Podcast. God bless y'all. I'll see y'all soon. Keep toning and keep tuning.